Voice Sports Network for this broadcast of high school sports. We encourage you to go to the games and support your area teams. We know you have a choice, and thank you for choosing us. This broadcast wouldn't be possible without the support of the sponsors you hear throughout the game. We encourage you to visit their businesses and use their service as often as possible. Be sure to tell them thanks for their support. Now, sit back and enjoy the game, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
That's right, folks. Sit back and enjoy the game. We'll do all the work. Steve Roberts, along with Mike Walker, here from the indoor jungle at Leo, Indiana. The inaugural game of the 2015-2016 season in IHSAA basketball here for the Leo Lions and the Eastside Blazer. How are we doing tonight, Mike?
I'm doing great. It's that time already. It's basketball inside. We've been doing a couple of girls' games, but the guys are getting underway starting tonight.
Absolutely. And this far and above weather-wise beats being out in the cold, broadcasting football.
Even though tonight probably a little bit nicer than it was the last football game, temperature-wise.
Indeed. So we have the Leo Lions coming off a 21-3 season, ranked in the top 4 throughout most of the season. Went as far as, I believe it was 17-0 before they took their first loss to Bishop Dwenger, then dropped another one late in the season to Fort Wayne Northside, the Redskins there, and then eliminated in the first round of playoff action that we called there from Garrett, Indiana, against the dreadful Dwenger Saints.
They seem to have our number in basketball and in football as well.
And they edged us out in football, however.
And edged us by 6 inches. Wide right. Yeah.
Nonetheless. So
we're not going to dwell.
No, a couple of game notes, though. The Leo Lions are going to be without their one of their main starters and integral pieces of this puzzle that is the Leo Lions, Craig Kloffenstein. Of course, if you've listened to any of our broadcasts in football, you know he's a huge part of the football game, and now as well as the basketball team. And we're going to be taking a short break and touch on the situation with Craig Kloffenstein here in just a moment. But we're going to take a quick break for our national anthem. All right, folks.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, time for the
Mr. Walker get his headset on here.
Wow.
Welcome back.
It's okay now.
And again, as I always say, that never gets old.
No, especially with some of the things that have been occurring around the world.
True.
It never gets old.
So, again, Craig Kloffenstein broke his collarbone in the East Noble game midway through the football season.
Basically 2 months ago.
Exactly. Yeah, you're right. Sat out 5 games, came back and played a bit of the sectional semifinal, and then also played the sectional championship game. And now I guess he injured his collarbone again.
Yeah,
and he's not going to be dressing tonight.
No, just talked to a couple of the managers on the team, and they said he re-hurt the collarbone in practice. And I don't believe he's been to the doctor, so he has an appointment, they said, to see if he re-broke it.
Yeah, next Tuesday, I guess, 30th.
Yeah, so we've seen Curry in street clothes, so we know he's not going to play tonight. And like we were talking about earlier in football, he's a right-handed thrower, so he was able to probably come back a little bit earlier because he's a right-handed thrower in football, but he is a left-hander in basketball, and it's his left collarbone.
Yeah, very talented, obviously, ambidextrous, and does well in pretty much all he does. But, again, he will not be in the lineup tonight, and we'll get the starters here for you in just a moment. Thank you. The gentleman from Eastside sitting beside us, Mr. Walker, let his program get away. Had the starters on him. Mike, who we got?
Let me go with the Eastside starters here first. We've got wearing number 5, a 5'11 junior, Jordan Yoder. Wearing number 23, a 6'4 senior, Austin Baker. Wearing number 24, a 6'2 junior, Cade Willard. Wearing number 30, a 6-foot senior, Landon Brow. And wearing number 44, a 6'5 junior, Jacob Thompson.
All right. And the Leo Lions. Looks like they're going with a bigger lineup for starting. That's Max Dove, 6'5 senior, number 45 for the Lions. We got Dylan Barrow, number 42. He's also a senior at 6'8". So a couple of big bodies down below. And we kind of talked about it during the pregame, Mike. Looks like Dylan Barrow put on Looks like Dylan Barrow put on some weight. Kind of sculpted the guns in the offseason.
Yeah, as well as Max Dove. I mean, you looked at those two guys last year, and not that they were little, but they look like they've been in the weight room, and it doesn't look like they've passed up too many meals between then and now.
Right. Because
these guys have put on some weight, and that's a good thing. And, you know, without Kloffenstein, that's a hit because Cray's a big boy, too, at 6'2". I'm not sure what he weighs, probably 225.
He's flirting with 2 1/4.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So, you know, they're going to miss his size down low.
Opening tip is one, and to finish up the starters, Stanton Hanney is the gentleman with the ball, top of the key for the Lions, number 12. We also have number 24, tennis sensation Reed Herron, and number 44, Jeremy Davison, younger brother of Adam Davison, one of only 2 starters that the Lions lost to graduation, being seniors. And that's going to be a couple too many steps there that time with Haney.
So really patient on offense there by the Lions, something you're not used to seeing because these guys are pretty much a pass or two and the ball's up. There was a lot of passing going on there, and it led to a turnover.
Yeah, a lot of run and gun, of course. We saw it last year and the seasons prior. They have the speed and the athleticism. You see Eastside coming in with a lot of, there's a lot of beef down below. Right here's a prime example, a nice drop step to the hole by Jacob Thompson.
And looks like another turnover there. That one on Hanny. The jump ball possession arrow goes to Eastside. Well, you know Leo's got the inside-outside game, Steve, because you got Barrow down low, He's 6'8". He knows what he's doing. You got Max Dove, big-bodied kid. He knows what he's doing down on the block.
Indeed.
And I know Jeremy Davison can hit threes, and he can hit them in bunches.
Yeah, he's lights out. And he came in doing that last year as just a freshman. Again, younger brother of Adam Davison. And also
who I believe set records, or was it David Harden that set the three-point records? I'm not sure.
David Harden.
The scoring record. I know we got the scoring record here at Leo. David Harden did. But I thought the Adam Davidson version of the Davidsons got the three-point record.
That very well could be. I don't have that in front of me. Very well could be. So, an errant shot pulled down that time by Barrow.
So, both teams
pulled. Here's that three ball. Off the mark. Pulled down that time by Landon Brow. He works underneath. Max Dove provides a wall that Thompson runs into. Nice nimble play there by Dylan Barrow, trying to go end to end. A little patience there, out to Heron. And Lions are going to slow it up and get into their half-court set. Quick step underneath the Barrow. I think we're going to see a lot of that all night, Mike. A lot of body underneath there. This is Heron off the mark. Dove and Willard going for the rebound, and they're going to say it was off Dove, Eastside ball.
So we have to get the cap remover off the both goals here. Neither team able to hit a shot, and we've had a couple of good looks on both ends.
Indeed.
I like the defense so far by Eastside. Pretty aggressive. They're not afraid to put a body on you and push you out. Up in your face. Leo plays a very aggressive D as well.
And Moreau checks in for the Lions. This is underneath, and the lid is still on the hoop. No fall that time for Austin Baker.
Davison pulls it back out. He's going to reset the offense. Heron dumps it down to Dove.
Dove on the outside to Davison again. The knuckleball off the rim, no good. Brought down by Thompson. Thompson had it stolen by Heron that time. A nice nimble play by Reed Heron.
So it's pretty easy to calculate the shooting percentages so far. Both teams at 0%.
We'll just call it over.
With 4:39 to go here in the first quarter, and there's a double by Davison. So again, the two times Leo's been really patient looking for their shot, they've turned the ball over on a traveling violation and a double dribble violation. So, but you got to hand it to Eastside. Good defense, getting in the passing lanes, getting up into players, and not giving any open looks.
So waiting to fire up the first points on the Subway scoreboard. It is good, and that's Thompson from the outside. Excuse me, Landon Brow. I'll have to get a name confirmation on that one. And that was good from a long range, a three ball. So the first points on the board of the Subway scoreboard, also sponsored by the University of St. Francis, is going to be 3-0 in favor of the Blazers. Here from Leo. 4:06 left to go in the opening quarter. Eastside and Leo in opening action. Again, Leo a part of the NE8 now. This being a non-conference game for the Lions and the Blazers. Dove pulls down the rebound off the miss. Goes back up, and he was fouled.
Well, we'll see if Dove can maybe uncork the cap that's over the Lions basket.
Right.
He missed a point-blank put back there.
Yeah. Foul there by number 5, Jordan Yoder. Here's Dove at the line. And that was good. So Dove on pace to set the all-time record in free throw percentage for Lions.
He's batting 1,000.
At 100%, right. So Eastside is doing a really good job of getting the ball across the field. Leo going with a zone, a trap up top, and they let Thompson go for free again. Hitting that was off the mark, brought down by Davison.
Nice block out that time by Davison, who doesn't carry a lot of weight on his frame, but he was in position. If you're in position, you get the rebound.
Yeah. You don't have to be big, you just have to be there. Here's Reed Heron. And that's going to be offensive. I'm not sure that was called on.
Got a blocking foul there on a set screen.
Yeah, it was on Dove.
And so far, both big men for Eastside and Leo have been pretty aggressive. You watch them down low, and there's some arm bars, there's some knees, there's some shoving. I kind of like that kind of basketball.
Sure.
That time, Dove got a little bit aggressive on the pick, and they caught him. That's going to make it 5-2 Eastside. Dove's got the ball down low. Little contact there on the wrist, no call, and Dove picks up a second. Cheapy.
So that's another quick one, yeah.
Yeah, frustrated. He didn't hit the shot, and I think he took some contact. A little cheap reach in. And that's going to pull Max out of the game. That brings in number 25, Lane Reed, replacing Max Dove. So you lose a lot of size there as Dove goes out with 2 quick fouls here in the first quarter.
Eastside working the ball around. This is Bro again off the mark, and that's going to be off. Oh, I guess they're going to call it off. Lane Reed, who recently came into the game for Max Dove. So on the floor for the Lions, you have Lane Reed, you got Moreau, Reed Heron, Davison, and Barrow underneath. Cross-court pass from Bro. Underneath, and that's going to be too many steps on Austin Baker. So 2:29 left here in the opening quarter, and a 5-2 ball game is, dare I say, uncharacteristic of what we've seen in most recent years. Obviously, last year the run and gun, Leo would get into an 8 to 10 point lead within the first couple of minutes, as we've seen. So through the hands, underneath the Barrow. Barrow looking for something underneath, kicks it out to Moreau. Moreau for a 3-ball, off the mark, and it's bobbled around by Heron. Heron has it stolen by Bro, so a good job there by Bro to come up with the loose ball.
I'm going to credit Eastside with Leo's low scoring total so far. Defensively, they are not giving Leo any easy looks anywhere on the court.
Absolutely. I agree. And here's Reed. Now it's an easy jumper. Nice smooth stroke from Lane Reed, the sophomore. We talked about him earlier in the pregame. Well, before the game, not necessarily in the pregame, but haven't seen a whole lot from him. And a big kid at 6'3", and he's only going to likely get taller. He's got a smooth stroke and a white headband.
And, you know, he hit that little mid-range jumper. That's nice because that's going to pull the Eastside defense, which whenever they get a chance, they're collapsing down low on Barrow, not giving him anything. There's Davison with another missed 3.
And there's a rebound from Reed. Off the mark, no good. Almost had a tip to himself.
I like Eastside's ball movement, too. They seem to move the ball and get it to the open guy.
Yeah.
And some quick ball movement.
Right, and a perfect example right there. Let's call that foreshadowing. So a 7-4 ball game here, a minute left in the opening quarter. And that time, that was Willard. He just got the quick step. And like you said, Eastside's been able to move the ball at will, and Leo seems to be about a half step behind. Not by much, but a nice knifing move that time by Stanton Haney.
Yeah, that was a nice little
Leo back within 1.
Little jump stop cut layup there by Haney.
The Euro step, maybe.
Yep, and
knifing move.
It was effective.
Absolutely. So 31 seconds and counting, and that was Caleb Ballantyne.
So again, you know,
a few minute steps.
And we're seeing a little rust here on both teams' parts. First game of the year, a couple of traveling violations, carry, and things are probably not going to be real smooth here in the early going.
Barrow underneath, double team, kicks it out to Davison for a 3-ball. That looks good. One of those ones where you can see it the whole way through.
Great rotation, great arch on that shot, and look out, if he heats up, he's a lot like his brother. He'll hit 3 or 4 in a row. The next thing you know, you're down 10 or 12 points.
At the buzzer, off the rim, no good. So it's a 9-7 ball game, which is, again, uncharacteristic of both of these teams in the first quarter. And we're going to update the St. Francis/Subway scoreboard end of the first, and we'll be right back here from Leo on Allen County Voice.
At Grable Insurance, their most important job is to make sure you leave with the best coverage you can afford. They want to provide you protection from the unfortunate things that can happen and often do happen. The cheapest insurance is often not the best.
Visit online at GrableInsurance.com or stop in the office on Pony Express Run inside the Mercantile Office Park directly across from Higher Grounds Coffee House and see Ray Gage or Arnie Myers. Grable Insurance is a proud sponsor of East Allen County High School athletics.
All right, folks, welcome back after a brief word from one of our sponsors. And we do like to thank all of our sponsors here on AllenCountyVoice.com, Voice Enterprises Network, as we start the second quarter of action from Leo Eastside. And Leo just hit a 3-ball to go up 9-7. And this is Dylan Barrow, 6'8" senior, working down below at the kind of the post. Kicked over to Davison. A little runner on the baseline, no good. And that one's brought down that time by Jacob Thompson. So not a lot of action so far. As far as scoring goes, we talked about the ball movement. There it is again, a wide open 3-ball off the mark. That was Ballantyne again. And Leo likes to run. A quick one, Blaine Reed, and he is off the mark after the pass from Jason Gauze.
Well, I watched Barrow specifically that last time down, and he's getting very frustrated with number 44 for Eastside. That is because he is really putting the body on Dylan.
Yeah, and there's a nice runner from Blaine Reed, and that's going to put Leo up by 4. But, yeah, you talked about Jacob Thompson, 6'5", and they don't have the weights listed here, but he's got to be a couple biscuits short of, 270 probably. And he's a big guy. It's not, not unagile by any means. And he just put the ball in the basket, by the way.
And he knows how to use his body. He got positioned there on Barrow, and he's just able to turn and get a nice little baby hook for a score.
Sure. Now, we mentioned that Dylan Barrow did put on a little bit of muscle in the offseason, but he's still giving up probably about 30 to 40 pounds against the stalk here, and definitely stronger Jacob Thompson. Underneath this time. Shot contested and right into the hands of Jacob Thompson. We talked about him again. There's an 11-11 ball game here in the second quarter.
Yeah, Eastside getting a couple of second chance points there 2 times in a row. So Lions going to have to look to put a body on people. There's Barrow taking a little bit of a fadeaway jumper in the lane. And
I like to see that. You didn't have a whole lot going with working underneath to the post, and might as well take a fadeaway in the lane to see if you can knock it down. It was just off the mark. And that one definitely was not off the mark. That's a 3-ball by number 24 for the Blazers, Cade Willard.
Gauze for 3, and he's off the mark. The Lions, other than the 1-3, pretty cold from outside.
Pretty cold from inside.
Yeah.
Pretty cold from outside. Pretty cold all the way around. The perimeter game, a quick step that time, and a nice touch on that one by Austin Baker. Got the roll. And I think Eastside's found a way to get in on Dylan Barrow, as he's the biggest body on the court for the Lions, as Max Douglas on the bench. Here's Davison, strong move to the hoop. And a foul's called on the play.
That was a nice drive by Davis, a good idea. He had Barrow open, but again, Eastside got their hand in the passing lane, and they're giving Leo all kinds of fits down here, just not letting them run their offense. They're, like I said, you got Thompson bodying Barrow down low, knocking him off the block, making him work for every inch. There's a nice inbounds play.
Inbounds that time to Dylan Barrow. They caught him sleeping.
Caught him sleeping.
13-16 as Aaron Dean checked in for the Blazers, number 10. And there's a long three ball off the mark, pulled down by Reed. Lane Reed, that is. Will Moreau over to Reed Herron. Back to Moreau, outside. And here's a perimeter shot. Almost halfway down and out by Barrow. And a timeout called by Eastside. So we'll take a quick timeout here as well from Leo, Indiana, AllenCountyVoice.com.
Hi, this is Dale from the Voice Enterprises. For countless years, I struggled with back pain, and more often than not, the doctors would just prescribe pain meds, which would just dull the pain. It wasn't until I was referred to Indiana Physical Therapy that I truly experienced pain relief. The professionals at IPT showed me the correct exercises and stretches for my problems, and my back pain began to fade away, and as a result, my entire body began to feel better. Indiana Physical Therapy's highly trained professionals treat all types of injuries and ailments and accept all insurance. For more information on IPT or to schedule an appointment, call 824-0522 or visit indianapt.com. You know that Marco's Pizza in downtown Leo offers delicious pizza. But did you also know they have wings, subs, bread, and many other items that are also delicious? And did you know you could order online at marcospizza.com? And did you know they have catering to help out with that party, meeting, or any event? And did you know they have carry-out and delivery? Well, now you know. Marco's Pizza in downtown Leo has pizza and so much more. You can get carry-out, delivery, catering, and order online, or call them at 627-2227. That's 627-2227. Marco's Pizza.
.com. And we're back. Quick timeout by Eastside. They want to talk about it after a brief break for the guys. And that's an air ball that time off the mark, and the three ball pulled down by Reed Herron pulled down by Moreau over to Herron underneath to Barrow. Barrow kicks it all the way out to Jason Gauze. And they're going to call a travel on him. He took a couple of long steps. In NBA, that's never called.
No, and Aaron Dean.
And I don't even really think he's traveled myself, but anyways.
Aaron Dean for Eastside came in. He was the one that shot and missed that three, and he just checked in. As a coach, you hate to see a guy who comes in, doesn't have a little bit of a sweat on. You know, you're cold off the bench. He jacks a three. He was almost shot an air ball.
Right.
I think the coach said something to him. You like to get into the flow a little bit more before you crank up your first jumper.
And speaking of jumpers, a long one by Bro was off the mark. And then Leo's going to reset their half-court offense.
I got a text, Steve, by Coach Newberg talking about Craig Klovenstein.
Okay.
And he said that he actually re-injured that in the Dwinger sectional championship football game.
Oh.
But he said it is minor and he should be back soon.
Okay.
I think the 30th is a clearance checkup to say, yeah, you're good to go.
Okay. Positive results and update. Thank you for that, Coach Walker. And Coach Newberg as well. I know he's not listening. He's literally down in front of us.
I think he's crying because his Rangers took another loss in the Maui tournament. And they didn't take a loss in the winner's bracket. They took a loss in the loser's bracket. So that means they lost previously. So that means they've lost twice.
Well, yeah, and they lost to losers.
Yes.
I guess.
Correct.
I mean, technically. I'm not being mean to anybody who's...
No, I know there's a lot of Hoosier fans listening out there. Just because I'm a Purdue grad, I'm not trying to rub anything in.
I am a diehard Michigan fan. You're a Purdue. You went to Purdue.
Yep.
If you're Indiana fans, you're not going to hear a lot of compassion out of our voices when they don't do good.
No. And,
apologies.
No apologies. And but, you know, I'm just looking at Coach Newberg, and he seems like he's a little slouchy down there. And
kind of down in the
maybe a little down in the, He'll be okay because tomorrow's Thanksgiving.
Sure.
And we both know how much Coach Newberg likes Thanksgiving.
Right. Oh, that's a foul underneath there by Reed Herron. That's going to be called.
That is Leo's
on the foul.
Fourth team foul, I believe. No, his team's third.
So that time he tried to get a little slap happy with the big man Thompson underneath.
Leo stays in their 2-3
He
zone.
started working it in and out, and I tell you what, Bro has a shot anytime he wants it. anytime he wants it, I tell you what, he's been able to launch up that 3 ball. He's just been able to find his way in and out, and he is a stocky guy.
Yeah.
He
that wing elbow area, for some reason, is not being closed down by the Lions 2-3 zone. And you're right, he's got a wide open look.
Yeah, and if you look down here on the defensive end, they got him on Dylan Barrow. So 6'8" versus 6 foot, and he's holding his own. We haven't seen a lot from Barrow aside from an alley-oop off the inbound. This is Reed Heron, top of the key, off the mark. No good.
I believe still the Lions have just hit 1-3. We'll get statistics at the half. I'm curious to see how many they have missed, but it's been quite a few, and normally these guys are used to knocking those things down.
Yeah, and I'm sure it was Davison that knocked it down as the entry pass goes wide. Speaking of wide, that pass there to Willard was off the mark, out of bounds. Minute 18 left here in the second quarter, opening half of the season for the Leo Lions basketball squad against Eastside Blazers.
Coach Cogdell with his head buried in his hands there on that last possession.
Yeah, kind of a what
Not
the
liking
heck
the entry
was
pass there by Davison.
Yeah, Lane Reed we'll say he was bodied pretty well on that one. Lane in the lane, off the mark, tries to go for his own rebound, missed. Probably not the shot that you want to take right there after you're working it down for the Leo Lions.
It wasn't a bad shot. He just didn't follow through. He kind of alligator armed it, and I think he thought there was going to be some contact. You just like to see him go up a little bit stronger and follow through on that, and it'll go in.
Bro on the outside, over to Willard. And it looks like Eastside's going to hold for the last shot. They find the open guy in the corner, just trying to catch the Lions sleeping, really.
22 seconds and counting here. Eastside being patient. The Lions really not coming out and trapping, so they're going to be satisfied with letting them take the last shot.
Yep, just a 2-3 zone. Willard, and they lulled themselves into sleep, possibly, on that one.
That happens too, Steve. I don't care what level, high school or college. When teams try to hold the ball for a long period of time, usually something bad happens to them.
Yep.
That gives Leo a chance here with 3 seconds to go.
A left-handed shot by Davison that time, and that was off the mark. So a 16-13 game here.
Yeah, we're used to Leo having 13 points
in
about the first 3 minutes of the game.
Yeah, at the end of the first half. So, nonetheless, we're going to be back after a word from our sponsors, AllenCountyVoice.com, Mike Walker and Steve Roberts covering the action in the opening game for the season.
It took Subway restaurants to do flatbread sandwich great, fresh roasted until its flavor reaches the towering peaks of Mount Delicious. You may have had other flatbread, but once you sink your teeth into this appetite-busting mountain of flavor, you'll know this is the real deal. Get any of your Subway favorites on our full-flavor flatbreads and let your taste buds sink into the delicious depth of goodness. Subway of Bluffton, eat fresh with 2 locations to serve you in North Main and inside Walmart.
T.W. Fable, a modern American restaurant, is located inside the clubhouse at Timber Ridge Golf Course at 2330 East, 250 North in Bluffton. You can enjoy a fine dining experience Tuesday through Thursday, 5 to 9, Friday and Saturday, 5 to 10. Kitchen closes 1/2 hour prior to lounge. If you are looking for a great spot to have lunch, visit 250 Grill to enjoy some sandwiches, wraps, salads, and appetizers. T.W. Fable Restaurant, 2330 East, 250 North at Timber Ridge Golf Course. Reservations recommended by calling 260-353-1360. This is your moment. Explore the University of St. Francis. Known for our quality academic options and dedicated professors who practice in their fields, you will discover the perfect program to fit your interests and goals. Hands-on experience with internships, clinicals, and co-ops makes a USF education a great value and investment into your future. Apply now at sf.edu. We are seeking applicants for $15 million in scholarships this year. This is your moment. Believe. Are you taking the first step towards a healthier you? Or are you just tired of the same workout? From beginners to fitness veterans, the Greater Fort Wayne YMCA is the place for you. We offer a full range of workout equipment, personal trainers, certified instructors, a full line of classes, an indoor pool, and so much more. Have peace of mind when you work out with childcare available. The Greater Fort Wayne YMCA is so much more. Join today. Visit fwymca.org.
At Grable Insurance, their most important job is to make sure you leave with the best coverage you can afford. They want to provide you protection from the unfortunate things that can happen and often do happen. The cheapest insurance is often not the best.
Visit online at grableinsurance.com or stop in the office on Pony Express Run inside the Mercantile Office Park, directly across from Higher Ground Coffee House, and see Ray Gage or Arnie Myers. Grable Insurance is a proud sponsor of East Allen County High School athletics.
Hi, this is Dale from the Voice Enterprises. For countless years, I struggled with back pain, and more often than not, the doctors would just prescribe pain meds, which would just dull the pain. It wasn't until I was referred to Indiana Physical Therapy that I truly experienced pain relief. The professionals at IPT showed me the correct exercises and stretches for my problems, and my back pain began to fade away, and as a result, my entire body began to feel better. Indiana Physical Therapy's highly trained professionals treat all types of injuries and ailments and accept all insurance. For more information on IPT or to schedule an appointment, call 824-0522 or visit indianapt.com.
You know that Marco's Pizza in downtown Leo offers delicious pizza. But did you also know they have wings, subs, bread, and many other items that are also delicious? And did you know you could order online at marcospizza.com? And did you know they have catering to help out with that party, meeting, or any event? And did you know they have carry-out and delivery? Well, now you know. Marco's Pizza in downtown Leo has pizza and so much more. You can get carry-out, delivery, catering, and order online, or call them at 627-2227. That's 627-2227. Marco's Pizza in downtown Leo.
It took Subway restaurants to do flatbread sandwich great, fresh roasted until its flavor reaches the towering peaks of Mount Delicious. You may have had other flatbread, but once you sink your teeth into this appetite-busting mountain of flavor, you'll know this is the real deal. Get any of your Subway favorites on our full-flavor flatbreads and let your taste buds sink into the delicious depth of goodness. Subway of Bluffton, eat fresh with 2 locations to serve you in North Main and inside Walmart.
T.W. Fable, a modern American restaurant, is located inside the clubhouse at Timber Ridge Golf Course at 2330 East, 250 North in Bluffton. You can enjoy a fine dining experience Tuesday through Thursday, 5 to 9, Friday and Saturday, 5 to 10. Kitchen closes 1/2 hour prior to lounge. If you are looking for a great spot to have lunch, visit 250 Grill to enjoy some sandwiches, wraps, salads, and appetizers. T.W. Fable Restaurant, 2330 East, 250 North at Timber Ridge Golf Course. Reservations recommended by calling 260-353-1360.
This is your moment. Explore the University of St. Francis. Known for our quality academic options and dedicated professors who practice in their fields, you will discover the perfect program to fit your interests and goals. Hands-on experience with internships, clinicals, and co-ops makes a USF education a great value and investment into your future. Apply now at sf.edu. We are seeking applicants for $15 million in scholarships this year. This is your moment. Believe.
You know that Marco's Pizza in downtown Leo offers delicious pizza. But did you also know they have wings, subs, bread, and many other items that are also delicious? And did you know you could order online at marcospizza.com? And did you know they have catering to help out with that party, meeting, or any event? And did you know they have carry-out and delivery? Well, now you know. Marco's Pizza in downtown Leo has pizza and so much more. You can get carry-out, delivery, catering, and order online, or call them at 627-2227. That's 627-2227. Marco's Pizza in downtown Leo. Are you taking the first step towards a healthier you, or are you just tired of the same workout? From beginners to fitness veterans, the Greater Fort Wayne YMCA is the place for you. We offer a full range of workout equipment, personal trainers, certified instructors, a full line of classes, an indoor pool, and so much more. Have peace of mind when you work out with childcare available. The Greater Fort Wayne YMCA is so much more. Join today. Visit fwymca.org.
At Grable Insurance, their most important job is to make sure you leave with the best coverage you can afford. They want to provide you protection from the unfortunate things that can happen and often do happen. The cheapest insurance is often not the best.
Visit online at GrableInsurance.com or stop in the office on Pony Express Run inside the Mercantile Office Park, directly across from Higher Grounds Coffee House, and see Ray Gage or Arnie Myers. Grable Insurance is a proud sponsor of East Allen County High School athletics. Hi, this is Dale from the Voice Enterprises. For countless years, I struggled with back pain, and more often than not, the doctors would just prescribe pain meds, which would just dull the pain. It wasn't until I was referred to Indiana Physical Therapy that I truly experienced pain relief. The professionals at IPT showed me the correct exercises and stretches for my problems, and my back pain began to fade away, and as a result, my entire body began to feel better. Indiana Physical Therapy's highly trained professionals treat all types of injuries and ailments and accept all insurance. For more information on IPT or to schedule an appointment, call 824-0522 or visit indianapt.com.
You know that Marco's Pizza in downtown Leo offers delicious pizza. But did you also know they have wings, subs, bread, and many other items that are also delicious? And did you know you could order online at marcospizza.com? And did you know they have catering to help out with that party, meeting, or any event? And did you know they have carry-out and delivery? Well, now you know. Marco's Pizza in downtown Leo has pizza and so much more. You can get carry-out, delivery, catering, and order online, or call them at 627-2227. That's 627-2227. Marco's Pizza in downtown Leo.
It took Subway restaurants to do flatbread sandwich great, fresh roasted until its flavor reaches the towering peaks of Mount Delicious. You may have had other flatbread, but once you sink your teeth into this appetite-busting mountain of flavor, you'll know this is the real deal. Get any of your Subway favorites on our full-flavor flatbreads and let your taste buds sink into the delicious depth of goodness. Subway of Bluffton, eat fresh with 2 locations to serve you in North Main and inside Walmart.
T.W. Fable, a modern American restaurant, is located inside the clubhouse at Timber Ridge Golf Course at 2330 East, 250 North in Bluffton. You can enjoy a fine dining experience Tuesday through Thursday, 5 to 9, Friday and Saturday, 5 to 10. Kitchen closes 1/2 hour prior to lounge. If you're looking for a great spot to have lunch, visit 250 Grill to enjoy some sandwiches, wraps, salads, and appetizers. T.W. Fable Restaurant, 2330 East, 250 North at Timber Ridge Golf Course. Reservations recommended by calling 260-353-1360. This is your moment. Explore the University of St. Francis. Known for our quality academic options and dedicated professors who practice in their fields, you will discover the perfect program to fit your interests and goals. Hands-on experience with internships, clinicals, and co-ops makes a USF education a great value and investment into your future. Apply now at sf.edu. We are seeking applicants for $15 million in scholarships this year. This is your moment. Believe.
All right, I'd like to believe, but I've got some statistics here that have me not believing, Steve, and it's pretty ugly here so far for both teams with a 13-16, 16-13 Eastside lead over the home Lions.
Yeah, first half action from
was a lot of
the jungle.
From the jungle was a lot of basketball on a lot of rim, and I got a few stats we'll read here. Scoring anyway for Eastside, Jacob Thompson and Austin Baker both lead Eastside with 4 apiece, and you have Landon Bro and Cade Willard each with 3. Dalton Reiki has the other 2. For the Lions, Lane Reed, who came off the bench, has 4. Jeremy Davison has hit the only 3 for the Lions with 3. Max Dove, Dylan Barrow both have 2, which that Dylan Barrow scoring is what is eye-opening, and then Stanton Handy has the other 2 for the Lions 16. The tail of the tape here so far is the Lions 1 for 10 from beyond the arc.
Right.
You can probably guess that percentage. And Eastside 2 of 12, and that's 16.7%. So the Lions at 10% from behind the arc, Eastside at 16.7%, Lions at 20% overall field goal shooting. Eastside a little bit better at 30.4%. Total rebounds, Eastside with 19, and Leo with 16. So not a whole lot of anything else is glaring as far as turnovers or assists or anything. It's just the lack lack of shooting from beyond the arc has really got its name all over this game.
Right. And they've had a lot of opportunities when they were able to work the ball inside, from the inside-outside game. And this is on both sides, not just Leo, not just Eastside. Both teams have had ample opportunities to get the job done underneath. And we got 8-minute quarter, so the first 16 minutes of play, you're talking a point a minute for Eastside and not even that for Leo.
Yeah, and again, we're used to seeing the Lions have 13 points within the first 3 minutes of a basketball game, not the first 16. So,
right.
So we'll see if they get on track. 3-point shooting teams, a lot of times it's feast or famine. So,
so far we've been starving.
We've been starving, but things can always turn around. I like what I've seen out of Eastside. I'm a little bit surprised that they are as aggressive defensively as they are. They do move the ball well offensively.
Indeed.
Both teams playing a lot of zone, and both teams pretty much cold from anywhere on the court.
Yeah, and you look at what there is to talk about. Pregame, we talked about it. Well, nobody's played a game yet. What do we talk about? Well, you look at last season. So we talked about Leo in 21-3. And Eastside at 13-11 last year. So you say, well, I mean, I don't know who graduated or who they might have lost or kept on the east side of the ball. However, Leo only lost 2 seniors. So, and they're bringing everybody else up to the next. So you got to think, man, these guys should be just as pick up where they left off kind of mentality. And so as far, hate to say it, came out flat. Just plain old flat.
But when you talk about the 2 seniors Leo lost in David Harden and Adam Davison, you're looking at about 40 points per game from just those 2 guys. Now, Leo as a team last year probably averaged nearly 80 points a game. So this is a little bit of a new experience for him with only 13 points here in the first half.
Right. So we'll see how long Max Dove, number 45, and Dylan Barrow, number 42, can stay on the floor for the Lions as we start the third quarter action here. This is a 3 ball, and it's good.
And that's just what the doctor ordered when you're 2 for 12. Come out in the second half and drain your first 3 for Eastside.
Yeah, that was Austin Baker connecting on that. Dove underneath, the big move on the big man Thompson, and off the rim, no good. Update the Subway scoreboard, also brought to you by the University of St. Francis.
And Thompson there using his body to force Dove into a little bit of a fadeaway on that jump hook.
So Thompson that time stolen, tried to kick it out, and stolen by Barrow. Great job by Barrow, and this is Reed Herron for a 3 ball, and he got the ball to go in. So tale of 2 halves. So far, we had a 16-19 game with 7 minutes left. Still in the first minute of the second half. That's a runner again that time, Cade Willard.
A nice little runner there by Willard. Not a lot of resistance that time by the Leo defense.
Barrow kicks it out. Stan Hanning, a little 2-man game, inside-outside. Drop step off the rim, no good. Barrow looking for the foul, and you can probably make a point for that.
Well, Barrow faded out of bounds that time on that shot. He had a little bit of a lane. He could have gone toward the basket. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to get fouled if you do that. But he's doing a lot of fading away, and I know it's because of all the contact he's taken early. But he's got to man up a little bit, use that big 6'8" frame, and go towards the hole.
I agree.
Draw some fouls.
It's another 3 ball, and that time Willard again.
So Eastside coming out, hitting on all cylinders. 2 3-pointers and a little runner in the lane. Makes it 24-16. Eastside with 6 minutes to go here in the third. There's Davison.
And a jersey change from 44 to 34 in honor of Walter Payton, I'm guessing. Davison comes out and lights it up.
So both teams now basically have equaled their first half totals in the first minute, close. 2 minutes.
And Leo closes the gap from 8 down to 5 with a big 3 ball from Davison in the corner. And this time Davison anticipating the pass in the lane and gets the steal, and then tries to bounce pass in a fast break, and that one's stolen back there by Willard.
Yeah, Davison telegraphed that pass. He had an open cutter there in Herron, and he just looked him down, and the Eastside defender read his eyes, and easy steal.
The southpaw off the mark there. That was Baker. No good. Barrow kicks it over to Davison. Back to Barrow on the top of the key. He's kicking over Stanton Haney. Haney looking for an entry pass. This is Max Dove. Kicks it outside to Reed Heron for a 3-ball. He got it. 22-24. So whatever they gave him at halftime on both sides of the ball seemed to wake both teams up, Mike.
Should have given that to him pregame there, Steve.
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, they are heating up. Coach Cogdell coming out of the box and losing his tie on that one. Nope, his tie's still on.
And it was a very close to 5-second call, we'll say that. But nonetheless, we'll also take a brief moment to thank Grable Insurance for their sponsorship of AllenCountyVoice.com. Their most important job is to make sure you leave with the best coverage you can afford. Grable Insurance on Pony Run Express inside the Mercantile Office Park. And also Indiana Physical Therapy. Indiana Physical Therapy is highly highlighted. I'm sure they're probably highlight stuff, but they're highly trained professionals, treat all types of injuries and ailments, and accepts all insurances. For more information on IPT or to schedule an appointment, visit IndianaPT.com. That's INDIANAPT.com. 4:43 left here in the third, 24-22. After a 16-13 opening snoozer of a first half, both teams coming out looking a heck of a lot better, and that's the inbound pass to Willard. He's going to work it over to the left side, being guarded by Haney. Bro. Thompson over the outside, or just off the elbow, I guess.
Off the elbow and wide open. No one within 10 feet of him.
And he was able to knock it down. So 6'5" and a stocky frame, able to knock down the jumper like that. You got to like it. Heron off the mark. And he got himself a steal after Bro tried to cross him up on the outside. Here's a 3-ball catch and shoot a la Reggie Miller. I tell you what, now that I just said that, Jeremy Davison, he's only 6'1". He's a sophomore. You got to think he's going to grow some more, but he's got kind of a Reggie Miller type of build and swagger. He surely has a pretty close to Reggie Miller shot, dare I say.
Yeah, we're going to hold. Oh, there was a little bit of contact there. Heron took a...
There was a lot of contact.
Let me tell you something.
And Max Dove that time get the swat over the back, and there's some elbows thrown there by Mr. Thompson.
Well, Jacob Thompson gets his money's worth.
And Mr. Davison's neighborhood has just been entered again, 28-26 in favor of the Lions after a second consecutive 3-ball by Jeremy Davison.
And like I said, just like his older brother, Adam, when Jeremy gets heated up, look out. You better get a hand up in his face because he can rattle off 3, 4, maybe 5 in a row. I've seen it. We've seen it from his brother. So these guys are heating up. I believe Leo is right now 5 out of 6 from behind the arc.
Something like that. Yeah.
In the second half. So they have really heated up. But let me tell you something. Jacob Thompson down low is getting his money's worth on contact.
And my money's worth, and your money's worth.
Yes.
And everyone else's. There's Willard driving the baseline. They're going to call body that time.
Leo fans a little bit frustrated with the last 2 calls when you see Thompson rooting people out from the block, and then he knocks Heron down with a little bit of a shift of the backside, and a couple of little touch blocks by the Lions getting called. It's not making the Lion crowd or Coach Cogdell happy. Davison up ahead to Reed, and he blows the easy layup. Nice pass by Davidson.
Yeah, definitely not happy about that one was Reed, and I don't blame him. Had a wide open opportunity and didn't come through. Underneath the lefty, off the mark.
There's the foul.
Back, and that's on Thompson, so he's going to pick up a foul. And much to the chagrin of Barrow, he says, finally, call something to this guy.
And Thompson running down court like, I can't believe they finally called a foul on me.
Yeah. He's
only committed 8 or 9 so far this evening. Maybe a few more. There's inside Barrow. Now there's how you go up strong.
Step right in the middle.
That's how you go up strong. He went straight up and down.
Do a big fella. 30-26, 2:20 left in the third quarter.
And don't fade on that jump shot. He's got the height. He just needs to go up strong, follow through. That ball will go in. You can't defend it.
Leo, 17 points this quarter 17 points in 6 minutes after 13 points in the opening half.
It's incredible the way the tide has turned here for the Leo offense.
Yeah, Leo comes out 5 for 6, plus they got a two-pointer in the lane that time by Barrow, as Bro takes it and throws it at a little girl in the front row.
She did not want to shoot that ball. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, she kept her hands in the hoodie. Didn't even make an attempt.
No.
You got to make an attempt.
You got to make an attempt, and we're going to have to break some tape down on that next week. See if we at least get the hands out of the hoodie.
Nice alley-oop. Caught it sleeping was Thompson, and that is going to spark a timeout, and the Leo bench is pumped up.
Coach Cogdell with a couple of fist pumps. He loves that play. Barrow on the block that time eludes Thompson's hip check, and Barrow throws a nice little alley-oop pass for an easy bucket. Puts Lions up by 6 with 1:44 to go here in the third.
YMCA of Greater Fort Wayne with a full range of workout equipment, personal trainers, certified instructors, a full line of classes, an indoor pool, and childcare. The Greater Fort Wayne YMCA is the place for you, Mike Walker. Visit fwymca.org. That's fortwayneymca.org. And after you're done there, you can get yourself a nice dining experience at TW Fable, located inside the clubhouse at Timber Ridge Golf Course. It's at 2330 East, 250 North in Bluffton, Indiana. Features a fine dining experience Tuesday through Saturday. That'd be very short. Nonetheless, Tuesday through Saturday, and if you're looking for a great lunch, visit the 250 Grill. So after the timeout to stop the bleeding there on the Eastside bench was called. That was a full timeout, of course.
And that's a good call by Coach Abbott there, Steve.
Oh, yeah.
Because Leo scored probably 6 or 7 unanswered points there, and the momentum is completely swung in the Lions' direction.
Yeah, indeed. Indeed. And you're on the road, what do? You got to call timeout. A lot of physicality.
Coach Cogdell telling the guys to push the ball. He loves to push, and they haven't been able to do that. There's a block finally. Called on number 4, Caleb Ballantyne. Probably the smallest guy on the court. Gets the foul called.
Yeah, to be guarding Barrow. He was on the perimeter making a move on the baseline and forced him to tippy-toe, and that was not by his own power. So here's Davison on a 3-ball. That's going to be short off the mark. Pulled down by Thompson. Scrum. That should be a jump ball. And it is. As both the big men lay down and talk about it, get a quick little laugh. And
asked if he likes gravy on his mashed potatoes tomorrow.
Yeah, thinking about
some giblets maybe. I'm not sure. I think Thompson said, yes, I like both of those.
Right. So a very happy Thanksgiving to all the Voice listeners. Tomorrow, a full slate of NFL action for your Thanksgiving enjoyment. Inbound pass deep to Barrow. A little okey-doke down the middle. No pass thrown. Gauze over to Moreau. Over to Davison. I keep wanting to say Stinson. It's not Stinson. Davison. Little drop step. Body. No call. Off the mark. That's probably a good no call. Didn't really do a whole lot to him.
Still, I'd like to see Barrow just go straight up with that. You're going to get a hit on the elbow and a foul call, but he's fading. And those fadeaway shots, just not a high percentage shot. Go up straight.
Right. Well, and then you don't get a whole lot of percentage of calls on those fadeaway shots.
Exactly.
Either.
Let the guy go ahead and whack your elbow. Shoot 2. Oh, you traveled.
Thompson dragged the foot there. No call from the ref.
31 seconds to go here in the third.
Ballantyne.
East Noble being patient, but the Lions really ratcheting up that 2-3 defense.
Yeah. I mentioned before, they in the first half, Eastside was pretty much able to get any shot they wanted so far.
They've had a hand in the face most shots, other than Thompson on the elbow. There's a rebound by Barrow. 9 seconds to go.
Quick bounce pass to Reed. Off the mark. No foul called.
Coach, a lot of contact. That's about as animated as I've seen Coach Cogdell in quite a while.
Yeah.
There was a lot of contact there on Reed. And no call.
Yeah, indeed.
Still a 32-26 Lions lead going into the fourth quarter.
This is your moment. Explore the University of St. Francis. Known for our quality academic options and dedicated professors who practice in their fields, you will discover the perfect program to fit your interests and goals. Hands-on experience with internships, clinicals, and co-ops makes a USF education a great value and investment into your future. Apply now at sf.edu. We are seeking applicants for $15 million in scholarships this year. This is your moment. Believe.
I believe, Steve. I believe.
$15 million.
It's a lot of money.
It's scholarships.
It's a lot of clams.
That's actually exactly right.
Have you ever had clam stuffing, by the way, Steve?
Oyster stuffing.
Oyster stuffing. That's
My mother-in-law makes a mean oyster stuffing.
It's just so
I
good.
tell you what. Wow.
So good.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know why I'm talking about that.
Well, we're talking about food. You said clams. Now we're thinking stuffing, and tomorrow's Thanksgiving.
Oh.
I want to go home and eat right now.
Oh. Just go home and eat lettuce, Steve. Just eat lettuce.
Right.
For breakfast. You'll be ready to eat tomorrow.
Start of the fourth quarter here at the Jungle, Leo, Indiana. Eastside Blazers against the Leo Lions. Entry pass time. Reed Heron picks it up. He's going to stop for a three, and he got it. So a tale of two halves for the Lions and really for the Blazers as well.
Yeah, both
as Moreau reached in that time on Willard.
I think they got gauze on that, but they both offensively and defensively, Steve. You know, the Lions, you watch them, they're kind of running into a little bit of a press up out top, and they've created quite a few turnovers. There's a drive and a block.
And an absolutely clean block.
Yeah. And
nonetheless.
They got Barrow with the body. I think that's his second.
Yeah, so, I mean, again, tale of two halves. We were literally just trying to not fall asleep in the first half.
Wow.
It was rough.
And now
13-16 halftime score.
If you blink, you miss something now. So
sure. Yeah, it's the first points in quite a while for the Blazers. Narrows the gap to within 8. 35-27, as you can see on the Subway scoreboard. Also brought to you by the University of St. Francis. And he gets that one to fall as well. So this is Moreau. Will, that is. Reed Heron looking for the pass underneath. A nice up and under. Got the quick step to the baseline that time on Thompson. And Barrow makes a lot of good use out of his size and quickness that time down the floor.
Yeah, and I like that. It's an aggressive move. It's going towards the basket.
Yeah.
Using your speed. Thompson's
no
big, but he is not as quick, so you can get around him, and usually if you get around him, he's either going to foul you or you're going to have an open lane. So I like to see that aggressiveness, and Barrow's come out a ton more aggressive here in the second half.
Yeah, and that time he used the rim as a blocker. He came up to the other side and the reverse underneath as the shot was off no good. Rebounded that time. That was another good one there by Baker, and he put it back for the Blazers. Moreau's going to try one. Release rotation. No splash.
That was a good-looking shot. He had good rotation on that. Good
out, around the rim. Happens. Here's Bro. Ooh, nice drive, Bro. But it was off. We do know that the pronunciation is Bro. I have the gentleman here, part of the Eastside staff, to my left, doing some video work on the iPad, looks like.
It is Bro.
It is Bro.
Not Brow.
No, spelled B-R-O-W, pronounced just like your homie.
Not Bro.
No, not A-H or U-H, for that matter.
It's Bro.
Bro.
I got it.
It's grow with a B.
Or throw with a B.
It's anything that rhymes with row with a B. We took that entirely too long as the one.
What just happened?
1 out of 2 was hit that time by some guy from Eastside. I didn't even know who it was. We got off on a tangent. Was that Bro? Well, Bro's guarding Barrow. Out to Reed Heron. Off the mark.
Barrow, there's a bump.
He pushed him, Bro. So good job underneath, and Bro's been giving Barrow a difficult time all through the first half, and now they're switching him up to have Thompson defend him.
5 team fouls on
This
the
is
Lions,
Davidson.
3 team fouls on Eastside.
37-31. And off the mark was Jason Gauze that time. That's going to be on Barrow that time, Mike.
I believe that's his third. No,
That's
it's
his
his second. Okay.
Yeah, team sixth. So kind of a sneaky double team as Reed came off to add a second set of hands there. Underneath, pump fake, guarded by Reed.
Oh, there was a lot of contact that time on Barrow and no call.
And Reed that time set himself a nice one-handed runner off the glass, and Leo opens up an 8-point lead, 5 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter in regulation, as they say.
That was a nice shot by Reed.
That was, and a nice job of stealing the entry pass there by Reed Herron. So a good move to the middle. Thompson's going to get called for the foul there as Dylan Barrow, the 6'8" senior, takes it to the rack and draws the harm.
Well, Barrow's going to need an ice bath after this game because he has taken a ton of contact. That's one of the few fouls. I think that's his first free throw of the game.
It is.
And he has taken a ton of contact on shots. Reed as well, who just came out of the game on that last shot he made. He was a little bit surprised that he was open and that there wasn't any contact because
he didn't get mangled.
He's been taking a ton of it too on drives.
Right, so 10-point lead, 4:44 left here in the game. Fourth quarter, that is. And they're calling a foul on the floor before the shot. If that's against Herron or not.
Calling things a lot closer now, too, than they were. The first half, there were almost no fouls called and a ton of contact. And now, if you breathe on somebody, they're calling a foul. I don't know if the refs have picked up that guys are getting a little chippy or.
Right.
I don't know, but they're really, really now calling hand check fouls, just light fouls, light slaps to the arm, where in the first half, guys are getting knocked off the block and no fouls called.
So shot there at the line was Cade Willard. Knocks down the first one.
So
as Eastside is now in the bonus, it's a 1-1 scenario. 7 fouls on the Lions. And it's 41-32 as I update the Subway scoreboard, brought to you by St. Francis. Davison on the outside, trying a little inside-outside. Barrow up and underneath against Bro under Max Dove. Max Dove was fouled that time by Jordan Yoder.
Boy, you'd like to see Dove go up a little bit quicker. I think he mishandled the ball.
Well, yeah, and part of that was the foul.
The bump, and it was a nice pass by Barrow, who you thought was kind of going to go up and take the shot, but he found Dove on the block. Dove able to be strong, take it to the hole, and get fouled.
Dove off the mark. Ruined his perfect percentage.
Yeah, he did.
Now he's swinging 6.67 here. Trying to go back up to 750 for the year on his fourth attempt from the line. And he got it. No, he didn't. I jinxed him again. 50%. Max Dove showing the grit and the dive. Nice job, Max Dove. Big 6'5" senior. He's showing the hustle that you only have after you brick a couple free throws.
He's upset. He just dropped from 100% to 50%, and he wasn't very happy. He went for that turnover. I love the hustle.
Indeed. Davison on the outside, an arm check. That time by Willard, no call. And he's going to be stepping on the line. Nope, they're going to call a foul. So, yeah.
Dove better be careful. He's talking to the ref, and he's saying, okay, so we can hip, they can hip check and we can't because he really didn't get a ton of Thompson there. And I thought Thompson stepped on the inline before the shove.
Yeah, indeed. That one's off the mark. Barrow pulls it down. He's got Davison in the corner. He's going to hoist up a three. You know that's going to happen. Off the mark. No love. Rebound by Bro. Oh, wow. A pretty interesting exchange that time. Herons popped the ball out from Bro from behind, and it was off the defender's foot. Right back to Bro, and Bro kind of threw an elbow as he went in there. And Bro does have a first name. It's Landon. I know we haven't said much of that tonight, but Landon Bro does connect the first one from the line. First part of a 1-on-1. That's the 9th team foul on Leo. Only 5 for the Blazers. So
advantage foul shooting here, obviously to Eastside, because that could come into play. I mean, they're only down 8 with 3:48 to go.
Sure.
They're going to be shooting 2 the rest of the way.
After that one dropped, 7-point ball game. As Will Moreau brings it up for the Lions. It's Davison trying to work to the right side. Back out to Heron. Over. And now they have both the big men underneath. Max Dove. And Dove pulls down the rebound. Arms tied up. No foul call. And there was a body call there on Landon Bro as he kind of hip checked Will Moreau on the baseline.
So it looked like on that offensive possession, Steve, the Lions really trying to look down low.
Yeah.
To get it to either Dove or Barrow on the block.
Yeah, they're using the skip passes on the perimeter to hopefully open up something down below where they can make a move one-on-one just like this. And Barrow goes to the hole. Off the rim, no good. That time brought down by Max Dove. And there was about 6 slaps off the wrist that time. No foul called. Another one, and Max Dove stays with it. Great effort there by Max Dove.
Great effort. He took a lot of contact on both shots. No call. Oh, there's an over the back and no call.
So Thompson came in flying. 43-34 lead for the Lions. 2:45. As Leo inbounds the ball, this is Mr. Davison. Jeremy Davison, that is. On the outside, Leo.
The Lions with a 9-point lead with 2:30 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. Using the skip passes to either find an open shot or some dribble penetration.
That happens. You get in a hurry. The brain is a little bit ahead of the feet and just not able to lay down. That was a quick move by Davis, and he would have had a layup, a wide open layup, but just not able to get the ball on the wood before he lifted the other foot.
Yeah, so what's been successful for the Lions in the second half, obviously those, again, the quick skip passes on the outside, looking for either Dove or Barrow underneath, and both the bigs still in, no foul trouble on either. Actually, I take that back. Looks like Max Dove has 4 on him as he was the recipient of many foul calls. And that is a play underneath to Thompson. He's got the bucket. And Eastside calls a quick timeout, a 30-second timeout, which gives us enough time to talk about New Holland Tri-County. Get the new Rustler utility vehicle at New Holland, which combines rugged construction and gritty performance with comfort. Numerous choices to choose from. Visit the New Holland Tri-County on Highway 1 South in Bluffton for the Rustler utility vehicle. Also, Grable Insurance. At Grable Insurance, Mike, their most important job is to make sure you leave with the best coverage you can afford. Grable Insurance on Pony Express Run. I've heard it both ways. Inside the Mercantile Office Park in the greater Leo metropolitan area, not far from Marco's Pizza. They serve not only pizza, but wings, subs, breads, many other delicious items. They cater. If you need to do some cater, some delivery, some carry out.
Call them.
260-627-2227 or marcos.com.
Tell them the voice sent you.
Either us or the one in your head. They are impartial.
Yeah, they don't care. Just order it now.
Reed Heron get the inbound pass to Davison. He's running. The ball was picked off. And the shoulder was lowered that time. Pretty blatantly, Cade Willard. He was making a hard move to the basket. You can't blame him, but he did do a pretty good job knocking him on his tush there. So,
yeah, that was a good charge take there. Because with that steal, if he makes that layup, you're talking about a huge momentum swing. Eastside would have only been down 5. As it is, they're down 7 with 2 minutes, 2:01 to go.
And that was Heron that stepped in front of it, right?
Heron that stepped in front of him. Good heady play by the senior, who is apparently pretty good in pressure situations, making it down to the tennis state meet finals.
Indeed. Congratulations to Reed as well as all the Leo men's tennis teams. As he inbounds to Barrow.
So Eastside now with a little bit of full court pressure, knowing they've got to speed some things up.
Heron has no problem breaking it. Gets it back. Sets it to Davison. Davison to the hole. Up and under. Off the rim. No good. Rebound that time. Again by Austin Baker. Minute 43 left here. Eastside down by 7. This is a pretty crucial possession here for the Blazers. And it was knocked out of bounds. Good job. Heady play there by Reed Heron. As he kind of stepped in front of the pass and was able to knock the ball out. So a minute 34, both teams in the bonus, double bonus for the Blazers on the next foul. So if you're Leo, you got to make sure you play the hard D, but you don't want to give them 2 shots at the line with a minute 30 left.
Yeah, you just want to make them work and not give them a quick bucket. Definitely don't want to give them 3. And you can see the Lion defenders are coming out beyond the arc. And there is
Stanton Haney.
A hand check.
And he's going to get the foul called on.
And that's going to stop the clock and put Eastside on the line shooting too. That's the other thing you don't want to do. You don't want to give up the long ball, and you don't want to foul where the clock stops. So Haney with a little hand check.
Little Haney check.
And that's going to put 24, Cade Willard on the line. 1:18 to go, down 7. These are 2 big free throws for Eastside.
Yeah, so even if they didn't get the bucket that they wanted on that possession, Willard had a chance to here to make it still, a crucial part of this game. As you know, Leo's going to try and run some clock, keep them honest, and see if they can't get another bucket or 2 before the buzzer here. But first shot off the mark, and that one comes a little short, but does get the roll.
So full court press by Eastside. There's a long pass to Moreau. He did get away with a little bit of a shuffle there by the feet.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the pivot foot there.
And there's a push.
And they are calling a foul there that time on Dalton Rickey. So I had the scoreboard inaccurate on the Subway Fresh Take scoreboard. Brought to you by St. Francis. It's actually 43-37. It is a 6-point game. And we do have 1:02 on the clock here in the 4th quarter regulation. And Dylan Barrow at the line.
2 big free throws here. He hits these, and it's going to be pretty tough for Eastside to come back with just a minute 2 to go.
Does knock the first one.
Again, here's where if you're the Lions on this next defensive possession, you want to stay high, don't allow a 3 ball, and you don't want to foul. Barrow misses the second one.
And, in between those free throws, Barrow turned to each one of his teammates and said, no reach, no fouls. So he kind of put it in their minds. That one's off the mark, the 3 ball that time. And a lefty runner. I think that was
Austin Baker. That was a nice little move.
Yeah. He
kept his pivot foot. There wasn't anything there. Did a little turn, and the shot opened up for him. Rolled in. It's a 5-point Lion lead with 45.9 seconds. I've seen stranger things happen. So if you're the Lions, you're probably going to get fouled pretty quickly. So I would definitely get
this game is far from over.
Get the ball into the hands of a good free throw shooter. You knock down a couple free throws at this point in the game, and it's going to be over. If you don't, you're going to make things interesting because they are probably going to foul right away.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're Eastside, you hit a 3, you're only down 2. So this game is not over by a long shot, and there are going to be some fouls. This 45.9 seconds is probably going to take about 5 minutes to play. If Eastside fouls like they're probably going to.
Indeed.
The Lions, Coach Cogdale going over their strategy. I'll be curious to see who does receive the inbounds pass here. Probably going to be one of the better shooters. I'm thinking Davison or maybe Herron, because they're probably going to be fouled right away. Leo's going to run a stack. Barrow's going to inbound, and
yep.
The Lions move their stack. And there it went to Davison.
Good call there, Mike.
And the next pass goes to Herron, who gets fouled immediately.
Yeah, by Ballantyne. So 6.4 was able to rattle off the clock there for the Lions. And they get a trip to the line. It's going to be Reed Herron, number 24 for Leo. Reed's got himself 9 points in the ball game. I'm pretty sure that's courtesy of a few three balls.
Yeah, he hit 3 there in the second half.
And first one is good from the line, opening it up to a 6-point game.
You can tell the senior knows what he's doing at the line. Nice rotation, nice arch. Hits 2 free throws that really are going to make things tough now on Eastside. Good drive, and Gauze with a little bit of a reach. It looked like he was trying to bail, not wanting to foul, but they got him anyway. But that was number 24, Cade Willard, who, he drove hard. He initiated the contact, even though Gauze is bailing.
Right.
They're going to give him the 2, so he could erase those last 2 by Herron with a couple of makes here.
And that one is good from the line. 46-40. 34.7 seconds left here in the game. Regulation. And that one's good as well. Or not. Off the mark and rebounded that time.
And Eastside gets the rebound, and there's a 3.
That's way off the mark. Saved, and that's actually off Reed Herron. Oh, okay, I guess it wasn't.
Yeah, I couldn't tell from our vantage point. There were 2 players there. One was Herron, one was number 4, Caleb Ballantyne for Eastside. Apparently went off Ballantyne. So again, the inbounds to Davison, who's probably one of the best free throw shooters. And he gets stripped and reaches and fouls. They could have called that intentional.
He kind of grabbed the shoelace.
Tell you what, that could have been an intentional foul because he didn't go for the ball. So we'll see. It's going to be 2.
Yeah,
and
double
again,
bonus here on out both teams.
Willard on the line, 4-2. He hits that first one. Now, it's going to make things a little more interesting if he hits this.
21.2 seconds left. 46-41. And the second one's off the mark.
And Barrow throws it out of bounds.
Barrow was looking for the quick outlet pass, and Jeremy Davison was moving back toward the baseline, and it was just outside of the outstretched fingertips.
Yeah, Barrow just needs to gather himself a little bit more there mentally. Make sure you see the target. The worst that's going to happen is they're going to foul you.
The big block that time, off the mark, no good.
They're going to get Hanny maybe down low on Thompson.
Oh, yeah.
Pulled the ball down twice over the back of a couple of Leo defenders who really had pretty good position. Yep, that was Haney. So Thompson on the line for 2. It's a good thing that for the Lions that Willard missed 2 of those free throws, or this game would be really tight. The only good thing about this play for the Lions is that it took about 10 seconds off the clock.
Right.
For those couple of missed shots and putbacks. Thompson misses his second. So that's 3 misses by Eastside that would have made it a 1-point game.
46-42. He travel? Oh, they're going to call a foul.
Another foul. I'll tell you what, the Lions are lucky,
34.
Steve, because that's 2 times now that the Eastside has missed the second free throw, and they've gotten the rebound and put it right back up and got fouled again. So you'd like to see some Lions put a body on somebody and get a defensive rebound here. This game would be tied if Eastside had hit their last 3 free throws. 6.9 to go. Still going to be tough.
Yep,
for
here's
Eastside
Willard
to
again
pull
for
it
a
out.
second. 6.9 seconds left, as you said. And he does make good. So a 2-point ball game, 6 seconds left. And an insta foul. Only lost 0.9 off the clock.
And that foul is on Davison there for the Lions. So you're assuming he's one of your best free throw shooters.
Yeah.
And he's got to step up. He's got to man up, be calm, and knock a couple down. He knocks a couple down here, this game's over. He misses one of these, and
that leaves it at a one
leaves
possession
the
ball
window
game.
open.
That one rolls in nicely. 47-44.
So big shot here for
I don't know if he
Jeremy.
hits this if it actually is over. I mean, all signs point to yes if you're shaking a magic 8 ball, but, you know.
a 4-point lead with 6 seconds to go. It'll be
We'll
awful
leave it to
tough.
this shot right here. And he got it. 48-44. It's a 2-possession ball game. 6 seconds on the clock. Here's Willard driving it up for Eastside. They're going to let him stop and pop a 3. He knocks it down.
So a good
And the buzzer.
Jeremy Davison hits both threes because, in essence, that's the game winner.
Wow. So we'll be back after a short, brief moment. Talk about the action here tonight from Leo, and then we'll wrap it up.
Are you taking the first step towards a healthier you, or are you just tired of the same workout? From beginners to fitness veterans, the Greater Fort Wayne YMCA is the place for you. We offer a full range of workout equipment, personal trainers, certified instructors, a full line of classes, an indoor pool, and so much more. Have peace of mind when you work out with childcare available. The Greater Fort Wayne YMCA is so much more. Join today. Visit fwymca.org.
All right, folks, welcome back. A pretty solid game here after a snoozy first half. They wrapped it up with a 48-47 victory over the Eastside Blazers. Change the old scoreboard to final, as if it really matters. We're going to wrap this thing up and put a bow on it, put this baby to bed, and have some Thanksgiving turkey tomorrow.
Oh, baby.
So player of the game brought to you by the YMCA of Greater Fort Wayne. We're looking at none other than the sharp-shooting sophomore, say that 3 times fast, Jeremy Davison had 14 points. I don't have the official stats on me, but
they took the point totals down on us, but
he knocked down several big threes and hit the 2 most crucial free throws of the game.
yeah, Jeremy Davison came out in the second half, did what Jeremy Davison does. He got hot, hit his threes. We got the stats right here real quick just to give you Davison, who was the player of the game's point totals. And Jeremy Davison had 14 points. So good
14
call,
points,
Steve.
thank you, sir.
And
a great job to Jeremy.
But 2 different games, tale of 2 halves. First half, both teams looked like it was the first game of the season. Second half, both teams came out. They heated up tremendously. The Lions finally hit their threes.
Coach Cogdell maybe gave Some Red Bulls at halftime and said, hey,
Must have done
might have
something.
questioned their manhood. Who knows?
The Lions hit 32% of their three-pointers there in the second half. So, and Eastside hit 27.8% of their threes. But anyway, great game.
Hard-fought victory.
For a first game. Leo, fortunate. Eastside missed a few free throws there at the end, or they would have won this game.
Indeed.
But the Lions fortunate. They come out with their first home win of the season. Great close game. Good action. It was fun to call. Glad you guys tuned in. We wish everybody tomorrow a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy the time with your family.
Yep.
And we will be back at it, I believe, December 5th? Not sure. Maybe, I think it's
fairly soon, nonetheless.
I think it's a girls' game next
we'll
anyway. But
we'll have a call for
We'll be back at it. We appreciate you tuning in. If you do step into any of the establishments, folks of the advertisers, tell them that the voice sent you, and they will appreciate hearing that. But otherwise, have a great Thanksgiving, and we will see you next time.
Yeah, so for Mike Walker, I'm Steve Roberts on the AllenCountyVoice.com. Again, a final score from Leo in the opener of the season for both teams. Leo 48, Eastside 47. So long, and happy Thanksgiving.